What is going on, anxious gamers? We are your hosts. I'm Kris.
And I'm Josh.
We are back together, a duo like Banjo-Kazooie. Would you want to be Banjo, or would you want to be Kazooie?
Kazooie. I want to ride on your back. And just occasionally squawk in your ear.
Welcome back, anxious gamer.
We missed you. This episode brought to you by Rare.
Microsoft killed us. Anyways, we're going to talk about what we are currently playing this week. And
yes, we are.
Then we're going to jump into our favorite spooky games
For the month of October.
Ooh. Josh hasn't been playing anything. I can already tell.
No, the last few days I actually have. Now that things are starting to get normal again. Mm-hmm. But things got really crazy for a while, and I didn't have a chance to play anything.
It was sad.
I did try to boot up some Starfield. It just did not, it was fun for 8 to 10 hours.
Okay.
And now I'm just waiting for mods to make it fun.
My friend just completed it, and he said kind of the same thing. It was fun, but he didn't feel like he had enough energy to do another playthrough with it.
Right.
I haven't played it yet, so I can't comment too much, but
I mean, it was fun. It was very Bethesda. It really is just, it's too many loading screens.
Interesting. Is that a PC only thing, or
no? It's an every console thing. So it really almost feels like I don't know, like Skyrim would make you go places first, then you unlock fast travel, then you can go back and forth. But you had to at least make the trek once, right? Mm-hmm. This one, from the get-go, you're just fast traveling all over the place, everywhere. The maps almost don't make any sense whatsoever. And there's some mods out there now that kind of help. But, for example, you leave a building, there's a loading screen. Now you're in the world. You get on your ship, that's a loading screen.
Wow.
And then you go sit down, that's another loading screen. Then you open up your menu. Then you're going to, or you launch off the planet, that's another loading screen. And now you're in the space, and you open up your menu, and you go find wherever you're trying to go. And then you warp there, that's another loading screen. And then in some cases, you can embark directly into the place you want to go. But if you're landing somewhere, you have to wait for the cutscene of your ship landing. Then it's a loading screen to get off of your ship. And then you walk in probably into a building where there's another loading screen.
Yeah, that's... I haven't watched too many reviews, but I didn't know that was an issue, especially with, And now, how long are the loading screens?
They're not long. There's just a ton of them. I mean, maybe 2-3 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
But it's constant. So that part kind of bugged me. And just in general, it's kind of overwhelming still. The city maps are awful. There's mods for that. I think I'm going to put it on the shelf for a while, let some patches roll out, and let the mods start really kicking in. Wait for people to find the optimal experience, and then I'll hop back on it.
Well, I feel the same way about Mortal Kombat 1 on Nintendo Switch.
You should have bought it on
Hot
Xbox.
topic. Yeah. So I have for those of you listening, a Nintendo Switch, a PS4, and a Series S. Now, I haven't been playing my Series S too much, but I love my Switch, and I had Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch, which that actually was pretty decent for the time. Didn't have a whole lot of issues. It was comparable to PS4, Xbox One. So I had pre-ordered Mortal Kombat 1 for the Switch because 11 was fine. I love having those types of games on the go, being able to take them. And yeah, it's really bad. I beat the whole game. I beat the entire story. I've done a lot of the arcade style fighting, some of the invasion. Like it's honestly, Switch version aside, Mortal Kombat 1 is probably in my top 5, if not top 3 favorite games I've played this year.
Really?
I really like the direction they're going with it. It's basically a reboot of the series.
It was a good reboot.
Liu Kang is amazing in this one. The characters.
Is Johnny Cage still there?
Johnny Cage is still there.
Okay, good.
The
Just
ending
making
of the
sure.
game
You
was
can't get rid
epic.
of Johnny Cage.
Such an epic ending, and I really enjoyed it. Now, the crazy thing is I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to get it for Switch because some people do not have another way to play it. It's going to sound crazy. It is playable. The cutscenes look really good, but there is loading times, there is screen tearing, there is, glitching, whatever. The game crashed on me twice while playing. You can't automatically skip cutscenes. You have to wait almost a minute, 2 minutes into the cutscenes to skip because it's loading that slow.
Oh my gosh. That's
crazy.
crazy.
It's a Switch version, unfortunately. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, yes, other games have been perfectly fine. Mortal Kombat 11 is an enjoyable experience on Switch, but this one has a lot of issues, and the developer did come out and say, hey, the head of the whatever game, Ed something, said they are working on a patch. But the game was extremely rushed on Switch. It shouldn't have been... I'm not going to say it shouldn't have been on Switch. It should have been delayed. Or developers need to start saying, which some have been saying, they're waiting for Nintendo's next console. So there's been a couple indie developers like, we're just going to put this on Nintendo Switch 2. The Yakuza director came out and said, we're waiting for Nintendo's next console. So
those are going to be fun on the Switch.
I really wish Mortal Kombat 1, if they would have had the authority, could have been, this will be coming to Switch 2. I would have been fine.
It probably is, honestly.
But
they just wanted both.
I had a lot of fun. I haven't had that much. Let's put Smash Bros. Aside because I'm a huge Smash Bros. Nut. I haven't had that much fun with a fighting game since Soul Calibur 2.
Now that's saying something. I might have to get this one.
This game is making me this close to buying a PS5. Which we'll talk more about that in a second. What else have you been playing?
So really the first one was that I haven't been playing Starfield. So the only 2 games that I really have been playing, Sea of Stars. Fantastic.
It's really good.
So good.
Are you playing it on Switch or?
Yes, I got it on the Switch, even though it's on Game Pass and PS Plus, I think. I paid for it on the Switch just because it's just a really nice lay in bed, play an old school JRPG.
Yeah, it's not too difficult, and it pays homage to the classics before it, specifically
it's like
Chrono Trigger.
It's like if Chrono Trigger and A Link to the Past had a weird baby.
And it reminds me a little bit of Secret of Mana and stuff. Like it's just
Illusion of Gaia a little bit.
Yeah.
Specifically the combat it's a little bit repetitive, but it's also fresh. Yeah. Having the timed actions that you can do.
Timed actions, yeah.
They did my boy Garl wrong though.
Are you talking about the eyeball?
I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay.
How far in are you?
I would love for you to tell me, because I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but what happens to Garl?
I'll tell you after. I'm not going to spoil it here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about the eye thing.
Oh, that's all you're talking about? That?
No, I was just trying to ease it. Because knowing that there's a spoiler is a spoiler in itself. So I don't want to ruin it for anybody else.
Well, okay.
But I also haven't finished the game, so things could always change. Who knows? Really enjoyed that one. That one's been kind of like my comfort blanket.
Nice.
So when I've been laying in bed, I'll have 10, 15 minutes. I'll play a little bit.
It is a good
But
game.
the last few days, back into Baldur's Gate 3.
Mm-hmm.
I am now in Act 3, and it's getting spicy. I'm level 11, almost level 12, which I think is the max level you can be in this game.
Enjoying it?
Yes, so much fun. I am in Baldur's Gate, like the city.
Okay.
And this, this region is probably the most interesting. So much happening. There's been like a murder mystery, and there's cults, and there's robots, and I don't know what's happening in this town, but
that's really cool.
There's people trying to explode refugee children.
Beautiful.
That's my favorite part.
Beautiful. That sounds like a
all right,
blast.
that's it. Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
The only
Sounds like a
other
blast.
game, the only other game I've been playing, and I actually just beat today, is the Resident Evil 4 Remake DLC Separate Ways.
Nice. Ada Wong.
I finished Mortal Kombat 1 and Separate Ways this weekend. So
wow, you're on a roll.
I've been trying to beat my games, and Separate Ways, I don't want to spoil it, is amazing.
Is it?
Let's just say if there were things that you missed in the Resident Evil 4 remake that they cut from the original, play Separate Ways. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's it.
I still have to finish Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Yeah. It's really good. It's only a $10 DLC, so it's reasonably priced.
That
you
is
will get
reasonably
about
priced.
maybe 5 to 6 hours of gameplay out of it.
That's reasonable.
It could be shorter, but I'm leveling
Still
up
like
all my
$1.
weapons, and the end of it I kind of rushed through because I was like, okay, I just want to finish it because I was that close to finishing it.
Mm-hmm.
But this ties into the whole PlayStation 5 stuff. I have been hooked to my PS4 this weekend. I'm really considering pulling the trigger on Black Friday.
I didn't think about Black Friday.
Mm-hmm. Because it's easy to get a PS5. I think I'm going to go digital.
Okay. You have solid enough internet.
I have solid enough internet, and the only thing that is questionable is the digital store pricing, because I really want to play Tales of Arise. That's a game that I've been holding out since it released for Switch, but it's not coming to Switch. I usually wait the first year to see if we get a port.
Yeah.
But that one's not coming. But that's a JRPG I've really wanted to play, and I downloaded the demo on PS4 and I loved it. So it's $60 on the PlayStation Store, but it's $20 brand new at GameStop for PS4 physical. Yeah. Now they did make a PS5 copy that's 60 or 70. So I need to see if the PS4 version is
upgradable.
graphically upgradable. I know some games are free, some aren't.
Yeah, like RE4 Remake was like that. All the PS5 versions were sold out the weekend it came out.
Yeah.
But the dude at GameStop was like, just buy the PS4 version. You pop it in. It says, do you want to download the optional PS5 upgrade? And et voila, there you go.
Was Resident Evil 4 free?
The upgrade?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I have Resident Evil 4, Ragnarok, Diablo 4, all of those are digital. And the reason why I have all of my PlayStation games digital, one, I've lost interest in disc-based collecting. But two, I do remote play on my phone.
Right.
So, which works really well.
Yeah, I use that all the time.
But after playing Mortal Kombat 1, I'm like...
On the Switch.
I
need something with power.
Yeah. Well...
Mortal Kombat!
Yeah. And it was really fun playing it because from the cutscene to the fighting, it looks like how old Final Fantasy was, where beautiful cutscenes, but then terrible looking game, right?
Right.
Also, I really want to
140
finish.
polygons to 7.
Yeah. I really want to finish 7 Remake. I'm close to that, but I
think I'm just gonna watch a recap on the last part. Yeah, progress doesn't carry over, and after playing 16, I had a hard time going back to 7 Remake.
Progress doesn't carry over, like when you start a new game?
No, when Rebirth comes out.
Oh. I mean, I'm fine with that.
I mean, I am too, but I'm saying, like, I don't know if I want to put effort into finishing 7 Remake if I can just watch a quick YouTube video recapping the last.
Come on, you got to beat the
quarter of
game.
it.
You got to do it right, because you may get a different feeling,
Dude,
playing it than watching it.
I don't remember what I was doing. Is the problem?
You'll pick up on it.
I'm looking for
there's
some children.
cutscenes every 10 seconds.
That is true.
Tifa's just gonna come up to you and she's gonna be like, "Hey, this is what you missed out the past 3 months.
What are you buying?" That's what she sounded like.
I
What are
will
you
say,
selling?
I tried playing the original Resident Evil 4 again, and I actually liked the remake more. I used to be fan of the original, but the merchant is way more annoying in the remake
Yeah.
than the OG.
I admire your adaptability here lately.
Mm-hmm.
Tears of the Kingdom started off rough, but now it's grown on you. RE4 Remake has grown on you.
Yeah. I didn't think I would want to go back to a PlayStation, but I'm really considering spending the next 5 years as a PlayStation fan for... I don't know, it's just fun.
Are you tired of getting beat up on the Xbox side? Not that like you're taking sides, but
Philly keeps taking my food, so
it's a little difficult.
Phil Hungster keeps taking my chicken nuggies. He keeps taking my dino nuggies. So we got a problem.
Your gluten-free dino nuggies.
Things are like rubber. Just give me the cancer. I'll eat that. But that is all that we've been playing this week. Let's talk about our favorite spooky games to play. Spooky season, Spooktober.
Spooktober, time to whip out the skeletons. We have one of those 12 feet tall skeletons.
That's awesome. I need to get one.
You got to be my wife had to put us on a waiting list.
Gosh.
And we won the lottery at Home Depot to go buy this giant skeleton. Or was it Lowe's? It was one of the two. It's ridiculous.
I do a spooky tunnel every year. Have about 200 trick-or-treaters.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I didn't buy a whole lot for it this year, but it's going to be fun.
Nice.
Yeah. So, we both can agree that our go-to spooky game's probably Resident Evil. It's one game that we have in common.
Yeah. But mine generally is Resident Evil 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
7, I don't know that I ever want to do again because I did it in VR, and it was terrifying. But yeah, I would say Resident Evil is probably my go-to series for both movies and games when Spooktober rolls around.
Yeah, I would say, for me too. I really like the remakes, and I have a feeling 5 is coming next.
How do you feel about... Oh, I would love a 5 remake. How do you feel about the movies?
I love the movies. I think, obviously, they're not
great. They kind of exist on their own over there.
Yeah. Now, the new animated movies are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Now, the Netflix...
Nope. Never. I didn't even want to.
Was terrible.
Didn't even want to look at it.
I started trying and I didn't make it far.
And the newest movie I heard sucked. The last movie. So, but
yeah,
I personally, I think Resident Evil needs to go the anime route, like Castlevania. Just, I mean, they have Castlevania, Dragon's Dogma, Devil May Cry is supposed to be coming, Assassin's Creed. Just make it cool.
Assassin's Creed. Didn't we already had an Assassin's Creed movie?
A movie, yes. Anime, no.
Really?
Well, there is one. I think there is one anime that tied into a PSP game. I don't know. something. But
The lore is deep.
the lore is very deep. Did I say Dragon's Dogma? They did a Dragon's
Yeah,
Dogma
you did.
animation.
Nice. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I would say one of my top spooky games is Until Dawn. I have never had so much fun. Like me and my wife, and we even got a couple other people in on it. We all controlled different characters. We would just sit there, and obviously you have the playthrough where you're trying to save everybody, but then you have the hilarious one where you make the worst possible decisions all the time. It's amazing.
Sounds.
And
like
the rest of their
blast.
games are a lot of fun too. Me and my wife played through Man of Medan, I think it's called.
Okay.
Because there's a whole series of these playable movie games.
That's really cool. I'll have to check that
Yeah.
out. My go-to number one is Resident Evil, and I'm still playing those remakes like Ocarina of Time, which I should stream how fast I could one-shot RE2 or something. I need to do that. But
Nice.
because honestly, Resident Evil doesn't really creep me out too much.
It does me, yeah.
Even 7.
Really?
Yeah. At first it was scary, but
Well, I mean,
now it's the gameplay that, like the inventory management, the puzzles, character
Yeah.
interactions, guns, upgrading, all that. That's what makes it less scary. The scariest game I think I've played that I have a hard time going back to is BioShock. The first one.
the first BioShock really does creep me out.
The hospital
That one's
segment
tough.
and
Yeah.
the
The big daddies and the little sisters and just the atmosphere of that game was intense.
yeah. So if I want to get really creeped out, I mean, we could talk about. I've never played. Well, no, I played this one. Slender Man.
Yeah, The Arrival.
That-
Slender, The Arrival.
Super.
So I used to play. I think I had built my previous gaming PC. I built that in 2011.
So you used
2012,
to
something
play
like
the
that.
original Slender.
I paid like the $7 or whatever and got the very original demo version.
Yeah,
And
it's terrifying.
I had surround sound, and it would do this thing with the music specifically, or some sort of sound. But my whole office would start vibrating if he was behind you. It was pretty sweet.
I played that with my friend. He just got a gaming laptop, and we started playing it. And it was when I was living with the Cool Crazy Clown, my one studio apartment connected to a mobile home. If you'd like to learn more, please do not contact us.
Find the short. Chris will tell you the story.
And we would shut the lights out and just play on his little Asus laptop. And
Good times.
I love that game. That game, I have it on the Switch, and me and my friend, we shut the lights off in my media room, and we just put the little OLED tablet down, and we were like, we're playing this. And
Nice.
It was terrifying. But that is BioShock and Slender are the two creepy games I would.
Yeah. I'm absolutely not playing this, although I probably should. I should try it again. But Outlast and Outlast 2.
No, some games get a little too far, and my buddy was showing me Outlast, and I can't do that. Ugh.
When you have no control, like you can't fight back, that makes it the worst. All you can do is hide. I don't know how I feel about that.
I just got out of in Resident Evil 4 the regenerator area, and in separate ways it's terrifying. And I've been so outdated with modern gaming, but I was like, okay, I can just go around this regenerator. No, they stand in your way, and they just screaming at you. Have you seen a regenerator in Resident Evil?
Not in the remake.
Okay. Did you beat the original game?
Yeah. No, I never beat it, but I got pretty close.
Okay.
I think it was the Wii version that I got close on because it
I'll
had the
have-
best controls.
I'll have to. You'll just have to look up a regenerator.
Okay.
But yeah, games like that where ugh, yeah, scary stuff. Luigi's Mansion,
Oh, that's such a good one. I did not have that on my list.
all of them, 1, 2, and 3. I love
Are
playing
they
those
all
games.
on the Switch yet?
Not yet.
Weren't
3
we
is
getting
on the
one?
Switch. 2 is coming out. It's the 3DS port.
That's
or
right.
It's a
Yep.
remake, but it's not until summer of 2024.
What a weird decision.
I have so many thoughts on that last Nintendo Direct. At first, I was like, it slapped, it's good. And now I'm like, that really sucked. So,
Yeah. That's some weird
I mean,
decisions.
paper-
I thought I had seen that we were getting some new Luigi's Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's a movie planned for next summer that we don't know about.
if
The
it's
Luigi's Mansion movie.
maybe, I just wish they would have brought it for October this year.
Yeah.
Which we didn't even talk about the Thousand Year Door remake.
Oh yeah. I'm excited about that one. I love that game.
Yeah.
I think I'd have it or had it.
I think you do.
I actually don't know that I do.
No,
I think
you
that's
said
one
you
that
were,
I've talked about getting.
but it's super expensive.
It's like $160.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
What other spooky games do you have?
One of my favorites that I like playing around this time is Don't Starve Together.
Okay.
Did you ever play anything from Clay Entertainment or Clay? They had Don't Starve, which is on the Switch. Honestly, that's a multiplayer one. We should try that.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a survival crafting, but it's very Tim Burton-esque with the art style. You have this randomly generated little world. You run around, you collect twigs and kill rabbits and build shelters, and you try not to go insane while keeping your stats up and your water and your food. And
Cool. That's awesome.
it's like a 2D. It's like a 2.5D, but
speaking-
fantastic animation.
Yeah. That's cool.
What's your
We'll
next
have to
one?
do that. Well, speaking of 2.5 2D, have you seen the new Star Ocean?
No. Does it
Star
look like-
Ocean, the second story. You download the demo. You can get it on PS5 or Switch. It is
Okay.
fully 3D world, but 2D character.
So it's, I guess, similar to Octopath Traveler.
Yes, but the world literally looks like Xenoblade Chronicles or something.
Weird. Okay.
It is very
I'll check it
weird,
out.
but check that out.
Okay.
So my all-time go-to favorite horror or Halloween-esque game is Castlevania. That is my go-to.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, and I'm so excited that the anime series comes out this Thursday. The new series. But yeah, no, Castlevania Advanced Collection in particular. That is a go-to for sure.
In a weird way, and I don't know why this is. I think it's specifically because of the Nightmare Before Christmas worlds, but fall rolls around and I kind of feel like playing Kingdom Hearts.
I do too. Yeah, and I think
There's something kind of cozy about it.
Yeah, it's probably the Timber, even the Pirates of the Caribbean levels and stuff. Really,
in two.
and
and
in
three.
all honesty, fall is my JRPG time more than spooky games. Just that.
Yeah.
All right, everything's kind of slowing down. I can sit and play a 20-30 hour game.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say Stardew Valley is looking pretty good right now too. Not so spooky, but that is definitely a fall game for me. I think I bought it on the Switch, so I may end up doing that in bed
That'd be a
once
good
I
one.
finish Sea of Stars. I'm going to try to finish Sea of Stars and then try to finish up BG3. Next up, I'm going to try Life of P for Spooktober. I'm a big coward, number one. And number two, I suck at Souls-likes. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Yeah. I own them, and I watched my friend play them. Actually, he beat the second one, but I've been wanting to play them myself. Little Nightmares 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. I think we have the second one on the Switch. Or maybe it's on the PS5. It's one of
Those
the
games are awesome. I need to sit down and play them personally. And then Bending the Ink Machine is another fun one to kind of just fly through.
Did you ever play Limbo?
No.
I think it was one of the first indie launch titles on the Xbox 360. Or at least it was one of the first ones that I bought. Super cool side-scroller puzzler. I'm pretty sure you can still get it. I think it may be on the Switch.
I think it is.
But you play like you're a little boy, but everything's silhouetted. It's all black and white for the most part. Super cool puzzles, dark atmosphere, cool game.
Yeah.
That one feels very October-y to me.
Last game for me would be Ghost of Tsushima.
I still haven't played that one. I need to. Maybe I'll do that this October.
Really like that game a lot.
Stop giving me plans. I have too many games, not enough time.
Because it's similar in like Breath of the Wild, where you just go to random parts of Japan and you can see fall in the trees. And we took our daughter to the park the other day, and all this our cedar elms are starting to turn yellow and they're like falling everywhere. And Jess was like, or my wife was like, "Yeah, this looks like Ghost of Tsushima, like the trees falling."
the swirls.
A little fox is gonna.
Did you
come out
follow
and you
them?
can pet it. Yeah, thought about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you use the wind to guide you. It's really cool. It's really addicting. You swipe up on the touchpad and the wind starts blowing, and it's a beautiful game.
I need to play it.
Which, fun fact, Jin Sekai. I can't remember the voice actor for Jin Sekai, the main samurai that you play. I follow him on Instagram. I should know his name. He voiced Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, nice.
So super cool. I'd be playing and, Scorpion's, "Get over here," like he hooks you and pulls you.
Yeah.
That sounds like the ghost. Sure enough, it is him.
Speaking of voice actors real fast, the voice actor cast for Baldur's Gate 3, there's a video out there now of a one-shot D&D campaign with them playing their characters.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
That's
especially
cool.
well, once you've played the game and like you recognize the voices, but to see them sitting around playing like tabletop D&D, and the guy that plays Asterion, which I don't think that means anything to you, but for those of you listening, the guy who plays Asterion sounds just like his character all the time. He's a very ancient vampire in the game,
Nice.
very sassy ancient vampire, and he sounds just like that in real life.
It's good to know.
Like
That's
a very sassy old vampire.
That's another game that potentially got leaked for the Switch 2. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Interesting. I could see that. It's the highest rated game on the PS5.
One of the guys in the credits is a huge Nintendo third-party developer, and he got credited in the game. Now, really speaking, he may have helped with a couple bosses or whatever, but most of the time when he's credited in the game, that means it's coming over. And I could see that being
Nice.
because the originals 1 and 2 are on Switch, so I could see it happening.
I'm excited.
Without further ado, anxious gamers, let us know in the comments what your favorite spooky games are, and be sure to check us out every Monday for gameplay and Thursday for a new episode. Also, join our Discord. Link is in the description. And we will see you all in the next video. Remember, it's dangerous to game
Hello.
alone.
Bye.